Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Thought Flash. I emphasize that because I'm still getting some chiropractors that are asking me where I came up with that terminology. So it's kind of sad in our profession that we still get asked that question. But if you read some of the green books, there's a guy that wrote most of those called B.J. Palmer. He's developer of the chiropractic. D.D. Palmer, if you remember, was his dad. I'm not being a wise guy right now. B.J. thought that he would get flashes of thought, flashes of inspiration from universal intelligence, and those would be thought flashes. In fact, many of the books he wrote were written in fragmented thoughts, and he would deliberately do that. He would write down thoughts as they came to him, and that's where thought flash came from, and that's why I borrowed that term, because I think it is just absolutely perfect to describe our thought flash videos every week, because that's often what they are. Moments of inspiration that I feel as though I get from happenings in my life that I certainly want to share, hopefully making you a better chiropractor and hopefully resonating with you through chiropractic consulting. So that being said, that's where that comes from. Big announcement, November 4th and 5th at Dr. Joe Borio's office in Cicero, New York, which is right out of Syracuse. You got to fly into Syracuse. We're going to have our next event, and it's going to be more of an intimate setting, so it's not a big auditorium, it's not a big hotel room that we're renting out. It's going to, we can certainly fit probably about 150 doctors in it, but it's going to be tight. But the great news is you get to see my layout, you get to see my office, you get to certainly walk around and investigate and get a feel of exactly what we're about and who we're about and what we do. And it's an office where at my highest, I've seen over 600 people in one day myself adjusting. So it's certainly a great place, I think, to get a feel for. Because if you can do that, certainly that layout and how we set up things, well, certainly you can do anything you want. So that's another great thing. Another awesome moment is a very good friend of mine and certainly a phenomenal friend of chiropractic, a soldier, a warrior, a general, one of the busiest guys in the profession. That would be Dr. Bill DeMoss. Dr. Billy DeMoss. Certainly, if you don't know Dr. Billy, he does the Cal Jam, and it's awesome. I spoke last year. It was such an honor, and to have him agree to speak at our event is going to be great. He's flying. He's going to do a Friday, and then he's going to fly out, and he's got another event. And like I said, he travels every week, and he'll rock the house. He'll certainly bring it. And by that, what I mean, he's going to bring a certain amount of attention and thought and passion that we all need to hear. It's a message that we all need to hear. One thing I think is funny, I do so much public speaking now, and most of the messages are the same. The speaker's different. The messenger's different. We may use different examples. We may have a different personality, a different voice, a different tempo, male or female, but the reality is the message that we bring to you is essentially the same one. And that really struck me probably most significantly at Cal Jam when I had all these phenomenal speakers, and to be part of them and to get up and share my message. When I sit back and I watch some of those videos, I mean, essentially everyone said the same thing, but maybe in a different way. But Billy DeMoss is going to bring it, and I want you guys to know that you can learn from everybody, man. Everybody out there has something to teach. Everybody out there has something to learn. We're going to certainly teach you a lot at our event at my office, flying to Syracuse, and it's going to be great. It's a Friday night. We start at 5. We go to about 9 o'clock, and then Saturday we go all day. We go about 8 o'clock in the morning. We go right till 6 o'clock. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So I'm real excited about that. What I wanted to share with you today, I'm a little disheveled, but I just got done coaching my son's football game. They had Mighty Mites. We played Utica. We got our butt kicked. Tough game for us. We lost by 2 touchdowns. But one thing I noticed is there was 2 guys on the team, 2 boys on the team. They're 9 years old, and they are the better athletes. These 2 kids are probably better athletes than most on the team, but they're tough to coach. They're tough to coach. They made a lot of mistakes today, a lot of mistakes. And I found when I would try to correct them on the side, they'd get very defensive. They would deny that they did anything wrong, or they would immediately state, well, that's the way I want to do it, or no, I didn't, I didn't do that. And, it reminds me of a couple of phrases that I often talk about in our seminars. And one is, it's tough to fill a cup that's already filled. If you bring yourself to the table and you're already full, you're not going to put anything new in you. You know, there's a certain sense of humility that you need to have. You know, most people, when you get to know me, I'm still learning. You know, I'm still developing. The journey is not even close to being over for me. So that being said, I think it's really important that we understand that we got to learn. In order to learn, you know, you got to empty the cup out. You know, it's called a teachability index. And bottom line, 0 is you can't be taught anything. And you know, 10 means your cup is fully empty. And I think that's really important. I think when, you know, everyone has something to offer. And when I present to you, you may not want to have exactly my type of practice. You may not want to be Joe Borio per se. But the idea that somebody that has been in practice for 20-something years, that has seen more people in a day than just about anybody in the history of the profession, I certainly have something to offer you. So that being said, I don't say that out of arrogance. I want you to sit back, empty the cup, and say, look, I'm going to take from this guy what I think is valuable. But understand, I certainly have a lot of valuable ideas and certainly a lot to offer. And I say that not as an individual. I say that from so many other coaches. Again, I've been doing so much public speaking, and you know, I'll step back, and some of these phenomenal, great guys of the profession will get up and they'll pour their heart out to you for an hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, and then they leave. And I listen to some of the guys who don't know me or maybe don't know that I'm speaking, and they discredit them, or they say something negative about the talk, or that, you know, he's an old timer, doesn't know, and that boggles my mind. In fact, many of the people I want to listen to are the people that are the older ones, the ones that have really practiced the B.J. Palmer type chiropractic, not necessarily just getting sick people well, but keeping healthy people from getting sick. And you know, and that was B.J.'s message. You know, he started off much more allopathic, but transitioned in a state of full wellness. And then when you take that, and then you take a guy who took the profession and even developed it more, which he'll certainly get a lot more credit as the years go on, and that's Reggie Gold. You know, Reggie Gold really takes it from a pure wellness standpoint, and that's certainly one of my strongest mentors, and that's what I try to bring to you, that the bottom line is, who cares what they complain about? Everyone would benefit from a healthier nervous system. Bottom line, whether you get cancer, whether you don't have any symptom at all, oh, I don't care what autoimmune disease you have. I don't care if you do have disc degenerative disease or not, if you got a herniated disc or not. You know, to put yourself out there as a treatment, you know, we don't fare a lot better than many other forms of care in acute situations. So somebody comes in with a hot low back, you know, whether it's physical therapy, physiatry, the medical doctor, whatever, chiropractic typically wins out over all of them, but not significantly, you know, by 5 or 7% on most of the studies. But why put yourself out there for that when in reality you could put yourself out there to change their world by making their nervous system better connected to the matter, so that the flesh, their cells of their body are in better tune with what the brain is trying to tell it, and that's in turn what chiropractic is. It's about the nerve force, it's the life force, it's the animation of tissue, and when all those messages and signals are getting there, and all that afferent information is coming back up to the brain, you know, you're really going to get a much better connected body, and therefore the body's healthier. It gets sick less. It breaks down slower. It ages slower. It becomes more in tune with universe. And I say that metaphysically, but what it means is your sense of reality, your perception of reality is far greater. Your relationships with people, your experiences with friends, your ability to see and smell and touch and taste, and all those things are greatly heightened, and that gives you a better experience as a human being. And then we know genetically that children become healthier, and we know that they have a healthier offspring with chiropractic care, and that's just phenomenal stuff. It's just phenomenal stuff, and I can go on and on and on because I'm always so excited about talking about it. But I think the message from today is, you know, empty your cup. Whether it's me or somebody else that you're listening to, or some of these phenomenal greats, you know, when you listen to them, get your dogma out of the way, get your prejudice out of the way, get your own insecurities out of the way, get your excuses out of the way, empty the cup. You know what? Message learned. You may actually learn something, And you may walk away changed, and you may walk away as a better servant to those people you serve and to humanity, and you'll make chiropractic better and stronger, and you'll move the profession further in a better direction. So don't forget, guys, November 4th and 5th, my office. I'd love to see you there. I'd love our existing clients to bring one doctor, a minimum of one doctor. That's their homework assignment. And for everybody out there that's new to us, certainly look us up on the web. We got tons of videos and a lot of testimonials and people that have been at our events, and I think you'd really enjoy it. I certainly can't stand here and tell you I'm the coach for every single person, but I think for $100 to come to one of your first seminars, you'll certainly see who we are and what we're about, and if it resonates well with you, we'd love to have you part of the Chiropassion Consulting team. Okay? Guys, this has been Dr. Joe Borio. May your innate always flow from above down, inside out. Have a great week serving the people that come to you for great chiropractic care. I'll talk to you next week.
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day